Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today I'll be doing a short review on the Drolet Hunter wood stove. Um, so I picked that up on Marketplace yesterday for pretty cheap, but it was still brand new. The Drolet stoves are made in Quebec, so it's not some Chinese cheap stove. Um, it's mainly designed for fishing huts and just heating up sheds. So like anyways, I installed that in my shed. All right, so here's the stove. It doesn't exactly look like this when it's brand new. I did a couple mods to it, but that gives you like a rough idea. So what I did is I modified the damper on the front door. A lot of reviews and people were complaining online about the stove not burning good. Which I found surprising because it comes with a baffle, so I figured you'd get a good secondary burn. Plus, it would put out a lot of heat. But like the stove from the factory, and I'll put a picture of it, like so you'll see. But it only comes with a little slide damper, and it only has like a 3/8 of an inch air hole. To feed air to the fire. So like at first, what I did is I drilled a 5/8 of an inch hole, but like I still didn't feel like it was quite enough. So I had another stove here that I modified. So what I did is I grabbed a damper from that. I just like riveted the door in, and then I put like a wooden door handle, and it's just like a chainsaw file, like an Oregon handle. Um, so one of the things I don't really like about that stove is the door latch here. Like you just burn your fingers on it, so I'm gonna have to come up with some solution for that. Here's the damper, what I did. Like you see, it works pretty good. So the stove itself is pretty well built. It's actually like the burn box is 20 inches deep, so you burn 20-inch logs, 20-inch long logs by 12-inch, and then like roughly 16 inches tall, like minus the legs. So that's another thing I don't really like is the legs. Not great. They're not welded. They're just bolted in with like 2 bolts. Anyways, not kind of like flimsy, but I mean, I'm not gonna move the stove around. Show you the burn box, see how big it is. So like you could see, it's massive. You can burn a lot of wood in there. So if you have that in a shed or a tent or whatever, like I mean, you'd be sweating. Like my shed here's 20 by 24. It's not insulated. The gables have like openings everywhere, and I'm like pretty comfy right now. And it's minus 10. So another thing I'm gonna mention, well, that I'll modify in the near future is I'm gonna add bricks at the bottom. Like I'm not gonna do the sides or top or whatever, but I'll at least do the bottom so it retains a bit more heat. Plus it'll help save the bottom from warping and rusting too badly. So all in all, would I buy it again? Absolutely. Um, Brand new, that stove retails for roughly $220 US, or like here in Canada, it sells for just over $300. Like the pipes aren't included. But I mean, to heat up a shed or something like a fishing, like an ice fishing hut, like that thing would be perfect, or even like a little tiny camp or whatever. Um, it's just one of those stoves though that need a couple modifications to make it better, but I think the design's pretty good. I think it'll last a long time, like maybe with a little coat of paint or whatever once in a while, and then yeah, I'd buy it again. I'd recommend it, just if you're handy though. If you're not handy and like you don't want to either drill more holes or like come up with some sort of better damper, then I'd probably steer clear of it. Cheers.